are we surprised and are we delighting people, so that they're going to go away and talk about their great experience. And I suppose one example of that is that I kind of created the Tennents Vital music experience. Okay, so again, one of those ones where you had to kind of convince a board of this kind of vision that you had to turn a brand around, and that was Tennents, and the vehicle that I used for that was Tennents Vital. But I remember that kind of obviously the experience of that, there were some terrible experiences standing in bar queues that you knew that no matter how brilliantly that you organised the bar, we're going to be
standing.
Yeah. So we mapped out the whole experience of that festival in terms of, shining light, back well on Tennents, was very well mapped out. And one of the...
Unfortunately, I'm going to get in trouble for saying this, but unfortunately one of the bad experiences is the bar sold Tennents.
Huh? I don't work there anymore, so but it's like you've got Tennents or Harp, not neither of them are particularly going to set the world on fire, but there is again massive kind of brand loyalty to those. But Tennents was a brand in massive decline, hadn't been invested in, and so I decided to go all in on a music strategy and brought back Tennents Vital. But it was all about bringing about Tennents bringing experiences that are unforgettable to you. So some of the things that we did, again, we had big hype about the announcement of the bands. I remember literally doing a countdown clock before social was even social. We were doing this countdown clock, and you had to come on live for the kind of band reveal. And the first one that we did was Eminem, and I just remember just everything about that was so exciting. So it was palpable. Were you there when it was revealed? I think our social count went from 10,000 up to 80,000 on that day. But things that we did were you could win a chance to get a seat at the bar for 15 minutes, and actually when you're in the pouring rain and you can't get a seat is a priceless thing.
I would literally pay for that.
And then on the way out we did again a kind of ahead of its time, because it's obviously years ago now, we did kind of geo-targeting kind of mobile messages, so that when they were leaving they got a little mobile message to say thank you for being part of this. Had a little video that the guys actually edited live on site, so that they literally had the video that just was just everything that they just experienced that they could share with their friends, and then a wee voucher to have a Tennents, for some people that was amazing. But again, it was just hitting them when they were this was the best night, and making sure you were part of that moment. Really for me, that can be, because you need to get those things that are very memorable into
and
a brand
the fact
experience.
that the finish being important, that emotional bit of I just experienced that from the video.
And we could have just let we had the video team on site, because we said actually the next day doesn't matter. The next day they're hungover. The next day they're oh my god, at that moment it was everything. So hit them then when the the emotion was high. So just kind of understanding what matters to them.